Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to talk about something we do every single day, but, we almost never really think about it. Eating. We're going to explore this amazing practice called mindful eating. And it's not just about what's on your plate, it's about how you eat it. And believe me, it can totally change your whole relationship with food. So let's jump right in. So let me ask you something. Have you ever been, say, watching TV, eating dinner, and you look down and the plate's empty? And you kind of have this weird feeling like, wait, did I even taste that? The food just kind of vanished, right? The whole thing was just a blur. Yeah, if that sounds familiar at all, what you've just experienced is mindless eating. It's basically eating on autopilot. A lot of the time, we're doing it for reasons that have absolutely nothing to do with being hungry. Stress, boredom, or just being completely zoned out. Okay, so here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we're going to break down the autopilot meal. Then we'll get into what mindful eating actually is. After that, we'll explore the incredible mind-gut connection, and I'll give you some super simple ways to practice. And we'll wrap up with what might be the most important part of all, eating without judgment. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the autopilot meal. I think this is the place a lot of us find ourselves in, maybe more than we'd like to admit. Let's really look at what this is all about. So you can really see the two sides of the coin here. On one side, you have mindless eating. That's all about outside stuff telling you when and what to eat, right? The TV's on, you're stressed out, or hey, it's noon. But on the other side, you've got mindful eating. And that's all about listening to what's going on inside, your actual hunger, feeling full, and just deciding to pay attention to your food. And that's actually the perfect lead into our next section. What exactly is this different way of eating? Okay, the key phrase here, the absolute most important part, is non-judgmental. This is so critical. This isn't about grading yourself or beating yourself up over what you ate. It's just noticing what your body is telling you, noticing the thoughts you have about food, and just letting them be there without slapping a good or bad label on them. And just as important, let's talk about what mindful eating is not, because there are a lot of misconceptions. It is not a diet. It is not about being perfect, it's not about restricting food, and it is absolutely not another way to try and fix yourself. It's just a practice of awareness. That's it. Pure and simple. Okay, so you might be thinking, this all sounds nice, but why does it actually matter? Why bother with all this awareness? Well, that's exactly what we're getting into in Section 3, the amazing connection between your mind and your gut. Okay, here's a wild piece of biology for you. Get this, it takes about 20 minutes for your stomach to send the "hey, I'm full" signal up to your brain. 20 minutes. Now, think about how fast we often eat. If you wolf down a meal in 5 minutes, your brain is still completely in the dark. It has no idea you're full yet. It's like there's this huge communication lag, and that's why it's so incredibly easy to overeat. But when you do slow down, the benefits are huge. Seriously, your digestion gets better because your body can finally switch into that rest and digest mode. You start building a much healthier relationship with food. And maybe best of all, you actually start to enjoy what you're eating again. And perhaps the most powerful benefit, you get really good at telling the difference between I'm actually hungry and I'm just feeling bored or stressed. That skill alone is a total game changer. All right, I know what you're probably thinking. This sounds great, but how do I actually do it? Well, let's get super practical. We're moving on to Section 4, your first steps. And the best part, you can start this with your very next meal. No, really. So here's a really simple but incredibly powerful tool. It's the stop technique. Before you eat, you just stop what you're doing. T, take 3 deep breaths. Just pause. O, observe. Check in with yourself. Ask, am I actually hungry, or am I feeling something else, like boredom or stress? And then P, proceed. Make a conscious choice instead of just having that knee-jerk reaction. One of the easiest ways to get started with this is to just engage your senses. Why does that work? Well, think about it. It's pretty hard to be worrying about a work deadline when you're fully focused on the smell of garlic bread, right? Your senses act like an anchor. They pull your mind out of that future tripping or past ruminating and plant it right back here in the present moment with your food. Okay, just look at this plate of food. Imagine it's right in front of you. Before you even think about taking a bite, just pause. Really look at it. See the colors, the different textures. Take a second to smell it. What aromas do you notice? It sounds so simple, but doing this does more than just make it taste better. It actually sends a heads up to your brain and stomach that food is on the way, which kickstarts the whole digestive process. Look, you don't have to turn your whole life upside down to do this. Seriously, just try one little thing. Maybe just turn off the TV. Or try this one. Put your fork down between bites. I'm telling you, that one is a game changer. It forces you to slow down. Or, hey, if you're feeling adventurous, try eating with your non-dominant hand. It is almost impossible to do that mindlessly. It forces you to pay attention. All right, we're at our last section. And honestly, this might be the most crucial piece of the entire puzzle. Let's talk about the mindset that underpins all of this. It really all comes down to compassion. This quote really nails it. Mindful eating is not some sneaky diet in disguise. It's not about trying to improve yourself or fix some flaw. It's about self-awareness. It's about taking apart that whole idea of good foods and bad foods and just focusing on what you're actually experiencing right here, right now. So yeah, it all comes back to self-compassion. It means letting go of all those rigid food rules. It means noticing that little voice in your head, that inner critic, but not necessarily believing everything it says. So what if you ate a whole bag of chips while scrolling on your phone? It's okay. It's not a failure. It's just information. And the most beautiful part of this is that your very next meal is a brand new opportunity, a clean slate to try again. And that really brings us full circle. Every single meal is a new chance to be present. So I'll just leave you with this one question to take with you. For your next meal, what's just one tiny thing you'll notice? It could be anything. The color of your food, the way it feels in your mouth, the sound it makes when you chew, or maybe just taking one single breath before you pick up your fork.